Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Take Twins podcast. I'm your host, Trey Riddick.
I'm your co-host, David Gibson. Let's go! They did it. They did it. Only, let's sing it together. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. They did it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your co-host, Avery Gibson, and congratulations to the 2025-2026 New York Knicks on winning their first championship in 53 years. As someone who is not a fan of this team, I'm hyped for them. I'm hyped for Trey, and I could not be any more happy. New York, you deserve this. This is a very special episode, guys, because not only do we have so much to talk about today, we have our first ever in-person guest on the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in my dearest friend, Steven, to the podcast. Steven, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yo, what's good?
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Been a big Braves fan since 2017, big Falcons fan, big Hawks fan. I love Stephen Curry. I love Ant-Man, and I just love everything revolving around sports.
Awesome. Yeah, like he said, big sports fan, so, it seemed fitting that he would be here on the podcast. He's going to kick it with us today. Whether he's got a lot to say or whether he doesn't have a lot to say, it's going to be super fun. We tried to figure out camera situations, but let's just say the old laptop is just not cutting it. That thing is on life support. So just three dudes on a couch, and we're going to kick it. So, Trey, why don't you go ahead and send us into the intro?
All right, everybody. Today we got a lot for you. I'm so hyped. New York or nowhere. Let's get it. Today we're going to be breaking down. We're going to break down the NBA Finals. I got a lot to say. We finally did it. We finally won 53 years. I know I'm going to get into a lot of basketball. Then we got a little fun tier list segment ranking the greatest New York sports moments of all time, and where does OG rank on that with his big tip for us to get that game winner. We'll transition from this into the MLB and start with the New York Yankees and how they're doing without Judge. And then we'll get in there and we'll address maybe Scooble. He's going to my Dodgers. Let's do it.
Nope. Go to the Braves.
Is Miz the best pitcher in baseball? Braves got to him, though. And then we'll list our great power rankings like we do every single week. And then we'll head into the World Cup and discuss things. Is Messi the GOAT? You'll have to stay tuned for this episode, and we'll all discuss it. We're going to talk about the Cape Verde goalie is elite and a quick recap of the group stage so far. And, yeah. And we got a lot for y'all. So without further ado, let's hop into the episode.
Woo!
New York or nowhere. Let's get it.
Let's go. Take us to the intro.
New York or nowhere! Let's do it! We finally, after 53 years, win an NBA championship. And for anybody that's going to come to me and say, aren't you an LA guy or aren't you, pick a side, forget y'all. I've been supporting these teams since I was a little kid. I've been wearing Yankees hats and Dodgers hats since I was a kid. I have never switched up on teams. As you see, I will always ride or die for my teams. I'll never switch up on my teams. I've never been a bandwagon. I've been through it all with these teams, and we finally have done it. I'm so happy about what this team has accomplished. Early on in the season, like I said in early episodes, it looked like we weren't going to be the best team, but we got that kickstart late in the season, grew into the playoffs. I will give credit to the Hawks for allowing us to just kick our butts for 2 games and
you let them lock in
and get cinched in and do what we had to do, sweeping the Cavs, sweeping the 76ers, and then just winning and taking leads, snatching leads, and great comebacks. Now, earlier in this series, especially the first game in New York, I thought we were going to lose that. The first 2 games in New York, we cut one to the Spurs, obviously. The second one I thought we were going to lose. I did not see that. I wasn't, to make sense, I was worried, but I wasn't worried because I knew we did the same thing against the Cavs, and I had expectations for us to do that. But man, Brunson is a legend. He's, in my opinion, the greatest Nick. Of course, there's Walt Clyde Frazier, and there's Ewing and all of them, and there's Willis Reed. But I think Brunson stacks up as the greatest Nick. Now, I honestly, I just have reminiscings of just the way I see Brunson playing. I see him. It drives me home because Kobe's been my favorite athlete and my favorite player of all time in basketball. And the way Brunson plays, his footwork reminds me of Kobe. His mentality, the way he wouldn't walk in the rooms where the Larry O'Brien trophy was, staying silent, saying the job's not finished. It just gave me wild nostalgia and wild flashbacks, especially as an athlete myself, to see a person that was doubted along all those ways and stack up and do things like that. It shows that there's hope for every athlete, including me, that's not getting so much looked at, and that you can always do it. And this man has become a champion, and he's did everything he could. And from OG getting a game-winning tip, from Jose Alvarado sparking that comeback, a kid from Brooklyn that grew up a Knicks fan who said, I'm not supposed to be here, showing every kid on the streets of New York that you could do it too. And this series was just beautiful. Now, for the Spurs side, I'm going to correct my wrongs. His name is Julian Champagny. He was great. He was lights out. Wemby was
One
playing
of the
to his
highest
strengths.
three-point percentages in playoff history.
Vassell was getting on my nerves with how many threes he was jacking up. Castle was doing pretty good, except to the last game. And it was just a beautiful thing to watch. And I'm never going to forget this, watching this with my dad. He's a big Knicks fan, so shout out to him. I know he was just grateful, just never experiencing this and just been waiting all his life for this. Shout out to Rick Brunson, Jalen Brunson's father, for always pushing him along and getting him to this point. And this was just beautiful. Now, Wemby.
Oh boy.
I was watching all series long. I should have paid attention to what he was doing in OKC against that OKC series. If you look back in clips, you can see Wemby was playing really dirty, shoving players, slapping Brunson upside his head, throwing Cat to the ground almost every single play, all these fouls, and then complaining about fouls, telling players to take somebody out. If you go back, he is a dirty player. But the one thing I won't deny about him is his athletic ability.
And his love for the game.
And the way he plays the game of basketball. But playing dirty is something I don't respect and I don't condone. And I'm sorry, bro. I just can't do it with you. You're going to have to slow it down. I agree with Draymond Green. That's why you need an enforcer in basketball to step up for your teammates. Because if I was a Knicks player and I see Jalen Brunson getting slapped and thrown to the ground, I would have stepped up like Draymond Green and I would have did something. Draymond Green himself said, nobody touches Curry. And that's the end of the quote. And if I was there, nobody's touching my captain and Jalen Brunson. So that's all I have to say for the series. I'm done. It's New York or nowhere. I'm going to let these two take it over. You heard a lot from me, and you know I'm hyped for it. The parade was amazing and great. Alicia Keys was out there. We got it done. Let's bring it back.
Yeah,
The Lakers are doing it next year, by the way. We're getting Giannis.
I really just want to talk about just how, genuinely how impressive this was. And I don't think this was like a this ranks up. I wouldn't say this is the greatest playoff run of all time. You can't. I wouldn't stack up with Dirk 2011 Dirk, but this playoff run was just generational. And I'm honestly just very happy that the Hawks were able to give them a run for their money for at least 2 games. It shows that obviously considering we were the only team in the East that was able to beat them, that should be pretty good for our future, and that definitely is good for me. But I'm not here to talk about the Hawks. I'm here to talk about New York and just how genuinely impressed I was. Brunson, you were officially. I don't know if I'd put him in the greatest of all time yet. I know a lot of people will, but you were officially somewhere within the top 5, top 7, easy, no doubt. You were already probably nearing top 10, and with this ring now, you have just skyrocketed up. So congratulations. Your Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and now a world champion, Jalen, Captain Clutch, Brunson. And OG Anunoby, just wonderful also. And Cat, I mean, just the series he was having up until those last couple games was unbelievable. Having to deal with the mourning of his mother, who passed away, and then now being able to say you can be a world champion, and you did that for her. It was just something out of a movie, and it was super fun to be able to witness this again. Not even a Knicks fan, it was just something that was just absolutely amazing to watch. Congratulations to the New York Knicks. Steven, did you want to add on anything to that? Just anything you were impressed by?
I don't think I have anything.
All right, well, let's see.
We got it done.
We did it. This parade, man. I just want to this. Knicks fans, listen, man. I mean, y'all got a lot of energy. I'm seeing these clips. I think this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I listen. Philly fans, y'all can hate me for this. Y'all just aren't Knicks fans right now. Not even close. The amount of flaming buses and broken car windshields I've seen, and just I'm seeing all sorts of scenes from that parade. This fan base is dedicated. When you wait 53 years for that, and you've got so many people out there. I think it was about 2 million people. About estimated 2 million people were there for the parade. It was just, again, something straight out of a movie. It was super cool to see.
NYPD had no chance.
They had absolutely zero chance. 10,000 officers against 2 million people was just
everyone had 5 stars.
Yeah, maybe not everyone, but there was definitely a few people. I think they got the numbers. It was close to 40 people were arrested since the championship. 4 stabbings and a shooting. Fireworks everywhere. Flaming buses.
It's New York.
It's New York or nowhere. So on the topic of New York, we've got a fun tier list game for you. So I'm gonna put this.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna put this up on the screen here. So here we have our tier list. We have 4 tiers, and we have 9 of, in our opinion, 9 of the greatest, most recognizable, memorable New York sports moments of all time. I'm fully aware that we probably didn't include some moments in here, and we definitely missed some. You can feel free to let us in the comments what you would have liked to see. But here's what we have. Let me bring the laptop over here. So we have OG's tip-in. So this is the first moment we're going to discuss. So we have OG's Game 4 tip-in to seal a 29-point comeback. We have the Jeter flip play. We have the helmet catch, Linsanity run, the Yankees three-peat from I think 98 to 2000 or 99 2001 or not 2001. We have Strahan's broken sack record. We have Aaron Judge's 62nd home run of all a single season home run. We have Jeter's walk-off hit in his final game as a Yankee, and then we have the OBJ one-handed catch. So we're just gonna go through this, and I'll take some time with this. I want to discuss every single moment. So, OG Anunoby's Game 4 tip-in.
I'm putting that in S tier. The reason I have that in S tier is because that
S tier or the city exploded?
Oh, I'm sorry. The city exploded. I apologize.
The city exploded is the top tier.
The city exploded. I'm putting that in the city exploded because that is a game winner. I thought Brunson missed that shot and we lost. Nope. He came through out of nowhere, tipped the ball in. The crowd goes wild. Mariska Hargitay's there. Yeah. Taylor Swift's there. Everybody's celebrating, jumping around. New York's playing. Enough said.
Yeah, again, to add to the context, if you don't know already, which I'd be surprised if you didn't, Game 4, down 29 points. The Knicks came all the way back. Brunson went for the 3, missed it. Anunoby comes in to tip the ball in to take the 1-point lead with about 1.7 seconds left.
That wasn't just an explosion. That was a ballistic missile.
I agree. And you know, and for that, I feel like this has to go in the top tier. The city exploded. I think this was one of the most generational things I've ever seen. I have not seen stadiums get that loud. I mean, that was just unbelievable. Let's see, what do we have next? We have Jeter's flip play. So the context of this, I think, was this Game 5 of the World Series? And I think here, y'all keep talking. I'm gonna look up the context.
The flip play.
Why am I forgetting the context?
I think I might put that in A tier.
Oh, okay, I'm totally wrong. I don't know what I'm talking
He'll
about.
explain.
Okay, October 13th, 2001, in Game 3 of the ALDS between the New York Yankees and the Oakland A's. Facing elimination, the Yankees were clinging to a 1-0 lead in the 7th inning when Jeremy Giambi singled and Terrence Long hit a double into the right field corner. Situation, Yankees right fielder, he fielded the ball, threw it completely over the heads of two designated cutoff men, but the first and second baseman. But Jeter was there to flip the play and get the out at home to pretty much ensure the Yankees would win the game.
A.
I think this is a solid. This is between S and A. This is pretty generational considering the Yankees were facing elimination. This was a very pivotal moment. Also considering that the Yankees, this was 2001. This was for New York. You got to think about what was happening at this time in 2001 between the terrorist attacks. Yankees facing elimination, and they were able to win this game and move all the way on to go to the World Series, where they would eventually lose on a walk-off. But for me, I think because of the context of what had happened during this time,
we can go ahead and give it S.
I would say S. I would understand if you put A tier as well.
Yeah, I was gonna throw A tier because of it, but just like you said, I will agree because of the context of where everything was going on that year. Everybody
With the
was
World Trade Center.
Everybody
yeah.
was supporting New York this one time. I'm gonna give it an S tier.
Steven, you got any input?
I do not.
All right. Well, I think
That's
I think S tier is good. I think I can't quite put City Exploded just because, and I'm sure that it was rowdy, but because it wasn't like a World Series context or anything like that, I think S tier is perfectly good for that. Next up, we have the helmet catch.
A.
And me personally, I think this goes in also goes in City Exploded or S. This is pretty much like Giants are down to the Patriots, the undefeated Patriots up to this point.
Let me explain why I give it A. It was a great play. Eli shakes him off and throws the ball down the field. Great catch. It sparks. It's not the game-winning play, however. The game-winning play is Plaxico Burress for the touchdown to win the Super Bowl. So I'm going to give it A tier. It's a great play that sparks it, but it's not the game-winning play, and it's not the touchdown to Burress for 6 to win the game.
That's
so
fair.
I'll give it A.
I like S. I like S, but I think since that's 2-1, we'll go ahead and throw that in A tier. So that works out pretty well. Next up, we have Linsanity Run.
Would I be wrong if I low-key put it in B?
No, not necessarily. When you think about this, this was just a regular season. I say just a regular season moment. This was a regular season moment, so it's not like this had championship or playoff elimination context to it. But I think for how we still talk about this to this day, this has to at least go in A tier. Linsanity is literally a coined term in the Urban Dictionary now, where it's literally when someone goes on like a short period of time where they just go on the most insane run. Like you can say right now, Freddie on Twitter, like that German fan who's here for the World Cup, he's on a Linsanity run right now. He can't be stopped. This man is beloved by everyone and getting offers and getting like gift offers and stuff from people. And for this, the fact that we still coin this term to this day, this was generational. This man hit a game winner. This man was averaging like 30 a night. I don't know. Maybe you could provide some more context here, but I think personally I throw it in A.
If I do, I'll chuck it in lower A tier to at least balance that out. Everybody knows I have love for Jeremy Lin, not only for Knicks side but for the Lakers side. I will coin with you. I'll put it in lower A tier.
Yeah, we'll keep it towards
at best.
We'll keep it towards the bottom behind the helmet catch.
At best.
A-.
All
Right, next up we have the New York Yankees three-peat championship. And for this, I feel like this is probably going to be an A or an S. I don't know if this is quite City Exploded tier, but this is going to be like a...
I'm going to go S. You don't really see anything like that happen.
This is very uncommon.
I gotta go S tier.
I think,
S.
yeah, I think it's just how hard it is to do that this day, and this being one of the most beloved squad, like some of the most beloved players in Yankees history, with Jeter and why am I forgetting the catcher's name? or Posada.
Posada.
And A-Rod wasn't a part of these at the time, I don't think. This would have been 98 to 2000, I think. I honestly wouldn't mind putting this in City Exploded either. I think Yankees
Yeah, I agree
Yankees
with
fans
you.
will go crazy for New York fans will go crazy for anything. And considering that's 3 championships in a row, like if the Braves win 3 championships in a row, I'm gonna go like light a car on fire. So not actually. Do not do that at home. I'm being a bad example, but like I'm gonna go be crazy if my team wins 3 in a row. I just think now especially now it seems so impossible to do.
The Dodgers are on the brink.
The
of doing
Dodgers
it. So
are on
think
the
about
brink
how,
of it.
Think about how I feel with all this sports going on with me right now, and my team's winning. The car setting on fire is just a little small thing that might happen. I'm trolling, but I'm going crazy right now.
Steve, I want your input here because
Yeah.
I'm thinking City Exploded, but what are you thinking?
I'm thinking City Exploded too.
All right, so is that we're gonna put it City Exploded? We're gonna put it behind OG's tipping.
Because you never see.
Yeah,
any
you
team
never see
repeat
that.
3 times.
I don't even know if the Dodgers will do it this year. I think
Yeah.
I think with the Yankees and the Braves, I think also being just right up there with them as well, and the Brewers, it's going to be very hard. I think the competition is a lot more fierce this year than it was last year. And so for that, considering we might not see it again, we might. Who knows? I'm putting that in City Exploded. I think that's just generational, and that's just some of the most beloved Yankee squads of all time, and just won't be matched. Yeah. All right, next up, we have Michael Strahan's single-season sack record on Brett Favre. So context, I think it was the last game of the season. Strahan breaks through and sacks Brett Favre, who ended up just diving and taking the sack because he knew he was cooked. For a single season, 22 and a half sacks. Not only a New York Giants single season record, but an NFL single season record up until Myles Garrett broke it last season.
Hey,
this has to at least go A.
Yeah, I agree
say
with you.
A.
I definitely agree with you.
I'd go to far as to say I'd put this in S.
I won't disagree with you.
I still think Strahan might, besides LT, might, like, it's like LT and then it's probably Strahan as the greatest Giants D lineman to ever play for that team. This is still talked about to this day, obviously, even with Myles Garrett breaking it. Obviously, to break the record, Strahan had to be talked about because it was his record. Him and TJ Watt's record, actually. But this isn't a Pittsburgh Steelers. This isn't a Pittsburgh moment. I think Strahan's was more legendary than TJ Watt's, in my opinion.
Pause on play here. If Myles Garrett did that in Cleveland, what's gonna happen when he goes to the Rams?
Oh. Woo. Wow. I mean, we'll have to see.
With Aaron Donald too.
Possibly. Is he coming back? Do we have an update on that?
Not yet.
Anyways.
I've seen a lot of stuff that's rumored to him coming back.
All right. We'll see
All his
that.
workout routines.
All right, a little off topic. We're getting off topic. I'd go so far and put this in S tier. Because I think some of these moments here are
I'll go top of A.
top of A, bottom of S. I feel like I gotta go bottom of S. This was a broken record.
Yeah.
No complaint.
I'd say bottom of S.
No complaint.
I think bottom of S works out pretty well here, so we'll chuck it up there.
No complaint.
Next up we have Aaron Judge in 2022 breaking the American League single season home run record with 62.
S.
I like this as a high A.
I agree.
Maybe a middle of the pack A.
I'm putting it.
I think you got to understand the context. This didn't happen in New York. This happened in Texas. And up to this point, Yankees fans were actually booing Aaron Judge because he wasn't hitting a home run for like a week straight. And again, it's very important. This is definitely up there. Sorry. Allergies, guys. This is up there. Again, American League single season record broken. Aaron Judge, this being the 16th captain in Yankees history. Absolutely beloved. Just all around might honestly be the best player in baseball. This record is still talked about to this day. Obviously, it was pretty recent, so there could be a little bit of recency bias here, but I think this goes somewhere around the A tier.
No disagreement.
I like S tier, but considering we have the flip play and the sack record there, we could throw it bottom of S tier. By then, I'm going to throw it at the top of A tier.
I agree.
Above the helmet catch.
I can see it. I can see it.
All right, next up, I think I know where I'm putting this.
I do too.
This isn't going any lower than S tier. This is Derek Jeter with a walk-off single in his final game as his final game as a New York Yankee, in his final game as an MLB player all around, spending his entire how many years was it? 20 years? A little less than that, something like that. Spending his entire career with the New York Yankees. And on the final game of the season where the Yankees weren't going to make the playoffs, it was his final game as a Yankee. And he did a walk-off single to close out his career as one of the greatest to ever play in the pinstripes.
I know where I'm putting this.
This goes S tier at least. At least.
City exploded.
I'm putting the City Exploded.
But I think City Explodes goes great.
Let me give my context of why. The reason why this is going into City Exploded is because he's the captain, is Derek Jeter. Everybody in New York, and especially as a Yankee fan, loves Derek Jeter. He spent his whole tenure with this. He just always wanted to play for the Yankees. He is the star. He's the captain. He's the guy. The city will always explode. And for him to have a moment like that, come on, Cap.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute
Come on, Cap.
cinema. I think City Explodes is great. Do I put this over the three-peat?
No.
No.
Probably not. So there it goes, right there.
But it could technically count towards that because the man was a champion as well. So it could tie hand in hand. So
All right.
I wouldn't mind that.
So we put that at the bottom of the City Explodes, which means the last moment, which is probably my only B tier moment out of all of these, I'm putting the OBJ one-handed catch. And there's nothing wrong with this. I love this moment. This is one of the greatest and most talked about, most viral Giants moments in NFL history. This is one of the most talked about moments. This was at a time where social media was still starting to become a thing. This was one of the first truly viral moments to happen in sports. This took over the internet. This took over the world. Everyone wanted to be like OBJ with the one-handed catch. And the fact that we still talk about it to this day is great, and it's definitely one of the greatest to ever happen. But when you really think about the context, it was just a regular season game. And it was a highlight moment that's still talked about forever. But because of that, because of the context, and sorry, we got they're mowing the lawn outside, so if you hear that, I don't know if you can, but for the context of that, I feel like I have to throw it in B tier just because of the context of the clip. I've said context 15 billion times, but for the moment itself, if I'm putting the moment itself, I'm putting like S tier. But because if you have to add behind what the meaning of the moment was, I think it's the only B tier to go on the list. But y'all can disagree if you want.
I'm gonna go A. It changed the way everybody viewed the game. Everybody wanted to be like Odell and have one-hand catches. I'm going to at least put in an A. I think it's a special moment in history, one of the greatest plays in history. That's the reason why I put in A. You could disagree. It's fine.
I'd probably say around lower A.
All right, so I think we'll go lower A, high B, but we'll go ahead and go with lower A, which means we had no B tier moments, ladies and gentlemen, no B tier moments. So for the City Exploded, here's the round off. We have OG's tip-in, Yankees three-peat, Jeter's final walk-off. We have at S tier, Jeter's flip play and Strahan's broken sack record. Oh, hi, Holly. The dog's over there in the corner. She's hanging out. Hi. I think she woke up from her nap. We might have woken her up. Sorry. And then at A tier, we have Aaron Judge's AL single-season home run record, the helmet catch, Linsanity run, and the OBJ one-handed catch. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is that's a wrap on our greatest New York sports moments tier list. Trey, I'm going to have you take us into the next segment of the MLB while I close this out, this file thing.
All right, everybody. So we're going to head into the MLB, and I want to take a look at the schedule and how the New York Yankees have been doing without Judge. So y'all give me 1 second to pull up who we've played, and let me accumulate everything that I've seen so far. So I know, we won yesterday. Honestly, the way we've been playing, I think that the Yankees...
I think they're in first place now.
Yeah, the Yankees are doing really well, despite Aaron Judge being banged up. Jazz Chisholm is out of his mind right now, and I'm absolutely loving it.
I mean, you also got to remember the AL is butt cheeks this year.
We have Chisholm with Giancarlo's pants and Judge's bat, and I think it's doing wonders for him. I love the way he's playing. Cody Bellinger's doing his thing out there. The Yankees are playing great baseball. Beat the Blue Jays in the series, beat the White Sox, beat the Reds yesterday. So I'm very excited about how we're doing currently, despite Judge being gone, and I think we really can make a push for the World Series, and I'm here for it.
The Yankees are 8-2.
Oh, yeah.
Of their last 10.
Oh, yeah.
And again, like I said, officially have taken over first place over the Tampa Bay Rays.
Thank you, Dodgers, for taking care of business.
Just very impressive. Just what they've been able to do, especially Ben Rice and Cody Bellinger, just continuing to be those pillars of support, those strongholds for the Yankees in a time like this, where both of them will honestly probably be having a great chance to start the All-Star game and represent the Yankees in Philadelphia. I think what the Yankees are doing is great, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, they're doing better without Judge. He's the problem. No, I'm just saying, I think this shows that the Yankees don't even need him right now necessarily. I think they're doing perfectly fine without him, and that just means when he comes back, the Yankees will instantly I think they'll be back to being contenders this year, and I honestly think we could see them back in a World Series this year. I think we could probably do predictions towards the end of the season when we start figuring out the playoff format.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, right now, if you ask me, I'm liking Braves, Yankees, Dodgers, Yankees, like a Dodgers, Yankees rematch or a Braves, Yankees rematch from the 90s. I'm liking it. I think it could work. I honestly don't see many other contenders in the AL right now. I think the White Sox aren't playing too bad. And then it pretty much just goes downhill from there. The Mariners leading their division, literally being one game above 500. But again, it's too early in the season to tell, so we won't really know until we start reaching that August-September mark on who the real contenders are. Addressing the Skubal trade rumors. So Tarek Skubal could be on the move. The Tigers are just not where they want to be necessarily as competitors. It sucks for them as this team just had such a bright future. It looked like just 2 years ago. Skubal coming off back-to-back Cy Young seasons could now be hitting the market. Increasingly likely to be traded before the August 3rd deadline. With some of the favorites definitely being obviously your top contenders as the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Braves, Brewers, Padres, and teams like that. I personally think the Braves could go out and make a move. I think this would be amazing for them.
You better go to one of these three teams
I was about to say
the people that sit on the couch. You better go to one of these three teams.
I was about to say between the Braves, Yankees, and the Dodgers, it would be in the Tigers' interest to trade him to one of those teams. Because if I'm the Tigers front office, I know if I trade him to a contender like them or the Brewers or the Padres, you are going to get a really good return for Skubal, because that means they most likely have good pieces in their farm system to trade you, draft picks, or active players on the 30-man roster. So I think trading to one of those teams is your best bet. I'm hoping he comes to the Braves, 100%. I think right now that might honestly be the most likely scenario. I think
If you really just look at it, the only really good pitcher we have right now is Sale.
Really, I wouldn't even say that. I'd say Bryce Elder's holding his own right now, and Martin Perez is doing his thing last night, especially going toe to toe with Mizorowski last night against the Brewers, which we'll cover in a little bit.
Even at that, I still don't trust Elder in the playoffs.
I agree. I think trading for Skubal would be a great move for the Braves. I think you could possibly ship off Spencer Strider. I think you could possibly ship off Sean Murphy to be a veteran presence with Dingler. I think is the Tigers catcher. I think.
Yeah, agreed.
Be a good veteran presence for that catching room for him. And then maybe like a couple farm pieces, and we get a good return and get Skubal. Because I think at this point, just Sean Murphy and Spencer Strider, I think just guys who just still have great potential, but just aren't cutting it right now for this team. Especially with Drake Baldwin and other pitchers just performing really amazingly. It would suck to see Strider go. It really would. I think it would be heartbreaking. But at the end of the day, we have to do what the Braves have to do what they have to do to win a championship and bring a ring back to Atlanta, because we've been wanting this. We thought we were going to have a dynasty back in 2021, and it's been hell since. So this, I think, going and getting Skubal would just work miracles for this team.
Plus, I never think Strider's going to hit that peak performance he once had. He's never going to get back to that peak velocity.
I agree.
Well, you know where I want him to go. Like, pairing him up with Yamamoto, Sasaki, once, what's his name when he get back? Blake Snell. I think that would be great.
What's his name?
Snell. Once he gets back, I think that would be great. Roki didn't look bad yesterday. 6 strikeouts, 4 hits. He's finally starting to get it together. I'm very happy hearing his story about, how baseball has helped him control his life. I think that's beautiful. And I'm just glad to see him get into a rhythm. We're picking up wins. I think Skubal, we've been in the trade talks for Skubal for a minute. If we're not getting him, I'll take Paul Skeens as well. I really have no complaints right now. We're the top dogs. Record's looking great. We're the best record in all of the National League right now. We're 2 games ahead of the Braves. So I'm great. I feel great about this team. And we're banged up doing this. I really feel great.
Yeah. So let's know down in the comments, where do you think Skubal is going to go? Do you think he's going to go to the Braves, or the Yankees, Dodgers? Let us know. And obviously now moving from one Cy Young level pitcher to the next, let's talk about the Miz up in Wisconsin, Jacob Mizorowski. What a legend this man has been in the short amount of time he's been in the league. Here. In the short amount of time that he's been in the league, for about a year and a half, this man has just been lights out. In my opinion, I think he might be having close to a higher high than Paul Skeens had when he was a rookie.
Get ready to learn Tommy John, man.
I was about to say, yeah, it might be hitting him soon, though. It might be bound to happen. Jacob Mizorowski just basically averaging 100 miles an hour pretty much every single time he throws the baseball.
Mind you, 47 pitches, over 101 miles per hour against the Braves last night.
Just unbelievable. You saw what he did last week in his performance against, I can't remember who it was, but it was about 9 innings. It was 9 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, 0 walks, 15 strikeouts for Jacob Mizorowski, who's just continuing to put up Cy Young level numbers and just an absolutely stacked National League Cy Young race right now, comparing him with players like Chris Sale and who's the player from the Phillies? Who's the pitcher from the Phillies?
Christopher Sanchez.
The NL Cy Young race is just going to be generational as long as Jacob Mizorowski and those guys are involved. Even guys like Chase Burns, too, are in this race as well. So I keep looking at Baby Gibby over there. Oh, she's leaving. Bye, Holly. Oh, can you get through? Here, hold up. Give me a second, Steven. You keep talking. All right, Ollie. Sorry. The dog was like trapped in the corner with all the cameras. But yeah, I think he's on pace right now for the first 300 strikeout season since 2017. Am I correct? That would have been Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander, I think. So he's on pace for just having another generational season as Trey comes back in the room.
All right.
Mind you, he has only allowed 6 earned runs all year.
All year
in
and
any game.
And the Braves giving 2 of those to him last night. Trey, where do you think Jacob Misiorowski just stacks up against the rest of the league right now?
He's not no Yamamoto.
Yeah, he's better. He might be better right now.
Is he a World Series champion?
No, he could be.
Play us and we'll find out.
But could Yamamoto throw 47 pitches over 101?
Yeah, but I think Yamamoto could win the Cy Young. I think he's a champion already. I think he got it. Is he
I don't think Yamamoto's winning the Cy Young this year.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that.
I just don't think it's happening with
think...
Christopher Sanchez, Misiorowski, Chris Sale, Chase Burns, and literally every other starting pitcher under the sun in the National League right now. It's going to be a really competitive race here. I don't see Yamamoto. I don't know if he even comes top 5 at the rate he's playing right now. I think he's been an amazing pitcher. But, I mean, again, it's too early in the season to tell. But I want to talk about
I'll take championships over the award any day.
I do want to talk about, though, that the Atlanta Braves managed to score 2 runs against him. Not only those 2 runs, but those 2 runs being the pivotal moment of the game, which pretty much won them the game with Yastrzemski adding on an insurance run for the Braves in the 7th or 8th, I think? 7th. But yeah, I think that just is a test of it to show that the Braves, I mean, they've struggled against some of the more worst teams this season, but it's a testament to show that they can compete with anybody, and especially the best teams in baseball. Now that they have beat the Cubs, the Dodgers, and now have beat the Brewers in Game 1. This team's just been doing amazing things, and for that, we're going to go ahead and transition into our power rankings, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? I didn't want to do this. I figured this time was going to come at some point this season. We have a shakeup in the power rankings, a major one, because at number 1, ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting the Los Angeles Dodgers as right now the best team in baseball.
Let's do it.
And here's why. I think the Dodgers have been pretty much playing just about the same all season. They've just been really good, but they weren't quite as good as the Atlanta Braves up until this past week. Atlanta, us beating the Brewers in Game 1, terrific. Let's keep it going. But right now, we have been moved back down to number 2, in my opinion, because of this past week that we had dropping series to the White Sox, the Mets, and the Giants, aka some of the worst teams in baseball. So it just has not been great for the Braves right now. But again, it's baseball. It's still so early in the season, so I don't doubt that they will not be back in this number 1 spot eventually. But for now, I just think the Dodgers have to go in above them, and I have the Braves at 2.
Like I said, we're banged up and we're still doing this. That's not even like a knock on play or anything or to brag, but this team has been injured and we're just finding ways to win, and I'm just loving it. I have nothing to say. I know everybody wants to be a hater towards us, but at the rate that we're doing things with these injuries to our key players, it's just, you can't, like we're just doing what we're supposed to do and taking care of business and winning games. So I'm just very happy, especially that I've gone back into reason why we were losing games with the key injuries, and I'm not going to complain about this team. I have no reason to worry. But I'm not a Braves hater or anybody like that, like a Mets or a Phillies guy. But I know that I can admit that they were the better team ahead of us, and they're going to catch up very fast. And I think the power rankings are going to go back and forth between our teams. And the Yankees, they're still my team, but they're not gonna be 1-2 besides these two teams.
Yeah, but I am going to put the Yankees at number 3. So they have now moved from 4th to 3rd. And this is because the Yankees, again, like we talked about earlier, with Aaron Judge being out, have proven that they can continue to compete at that high level, winning 8 of their last 2.
Absolutely.
They are doing what they need to do and taking care of business. Meanwhile, the Brewers are 5-5 in their last 10, and like we talked about, these are weekly power rankings, so these change based off obviously the course of the season, but also over the weeks as we talk about how they do in recency. It's a big recency bias thing. And for that, the Brewers still being super strong because of this past week. Going 5-5, they are going to drop down to 4th, which is still great. You want to be in the top 5. Being down at 5th doesn't mean you suck. Being down at 5th still puts you at, in our opinion, the 5th best team in baseball.
You're just not as strong as the teams that are ahead of you.
Exactly. You're still very strong, though. And so for that, Braves, Dodgers, Yankees, Brewers, and then I'm still going to keep the Rays at 5th. I think just record, and they're still doing what they need to do. While they have kind of fallen off a bit of a cliff, I still think this team is very strong. They still have Aranda, and they still have Junior Caminero, who will be pretty much be starting the All-Star game at third base. One of the best young superstars in this league. They have the pitching. Shane McClanahan is back and has quietly been putting together a decently strong season for the Rays. And yeah, so there you go.
Absolutely.
There they are on the screen. Braves, Dodgers, Yankees, Brewers, Rays. So there's been some major switch-ups in the power rankings. The Rays staying in 5th, but having our 1st and 2nd, our 3rd and 4th do a little flip-flop. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for baseball, I think. Steven, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I don't.
All right, well, let's
next go.
Let's talk about the World Cup.
Here we go. The number one topic that people want to know, especially on this podcast, the burning questions, is Lionel Messi the GOAT? In my opinion,
Yes.
Absolutely. A lot of people have a lot to say about Ronaldo, talking about Ronaldo's out his prime, Ronaldo's washed. I don't think that's the case.
I don't know, man.
I think give it time.
With his missing shots and his play right now, especially in pool play, where he should be one of the top guys in this tournament right now, it hasn't looked great for Ronaldo.
And the people are saying he has ego and hating on him a little bit.
I'm not going to hate on him, but I will go as far as to say that.
But he's not the GOAT.
He's not the GOAT.
And he's never been, in my opinion.
And right now, I think just the way this tournament's going, as based off just this tournament alone, I don't even think he's a top 10, top 15. Maybe he's not top 15 because he's still very athletic. I'm just talking about in this tournament in general. I don't think he's a top 10 player in this tournament right now. I think just the way things are going,
but he hasn't performed.
It seems like a lot of the guys that he was placed in conversations with are just having better games. Obviously, Messi having a literal hat trick at 39 years old. This man is one of the greatest people to ever touch a soccer ball. Ever. And to ever kick it, to ever touch it, doesn't matter.
He's the GOAT. The only person I maybe would have ahead of him is Pele.
I agree.
And that's for obvious reasons because nobody's touching him. But other than him, Messi's the GOAT.
I'm just like, it's generational what we're seeing. How we were all like, oh, this is Messi's last World Cup. Let's treasure this. And, like he's getting old, so we don't know how good he's going to be, but let's just treasure this and see him. Messi said,
Forget
that. I'm going to go drop a hat trick on y'all.
Y'all must have forgot who I was because
That's
I'm
what
going
I'm
to go
saying.
off.
Like, this man came in and he said, forget y'all. He said, I don't care what y'all gotta say about me. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do my thing, and we are gonna go back to back. That's the mentality he has. He wants to win another one with Argentina. And I think if he wins this World Cup, he's officially the greatest of all time. He's above Pele.
Agreed.
He's above everyone else. It's official. Like, if he wasn't already the greatest of all time, the debate is over if he wins this World Cup. This is generational.
All right. So the next thing is USA came to play.
Yes, they did.
I'm not really going to speak more of it other than that they've done it against Australia. They've been cooking. I can't lie to you. But I'm more of a Brazil guy. I may not be from Brazil, but I love Neymar. I love Vinny Jr. I love the Brazil squad. And I support Brazil. But I'm going to let him kick over.
USA. USA, 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 USA. We're winning it all. I'm delusional, bro. I've reached a state of delusion. I promise you, we're winning it all, bro. I think if Paraguay, I think if they win their game, I can't remember if they win or lose, the USA, we get the number 1 seed in the round of 32. We get the number 1 seed in the tournament. We have just been dominating in pool play. I think we won 5-1 in the first game, and then we won 2-0 against the Aussies. What the heck is an Aussie? We are Americans, and we are proud to be Americans, and we are proud to be in this tournament and show everyone who we are. We are super excited to be here, and sure, maybe we aren't the best team in this tournament, but I've got faith, dude. Our run in 2022 was nothing short of special for the time being, up until we were eliminated, and I think we can make it far again in this tournament. Everyone was counting us out. I was even counting this team out. I was, if I'm being honest. But I think now seeing how they're playing, and I get it's just pool play, I could be totally wrong and they get knocked out round of 32.
Brazil.
But this team is special. What they're doing right now is special. They've got the fire, they got the courage, and they have the hype and the country behind them. They're like, hey, we are hosting this World Cup, so we're gonna show them who we are as Americans, and they are proud and they are doing their thing. I'm happy. I'm loving this. This tournament has just been super fun so far. I've been watching it, keeping up with it at my camp that I've been working at. And yeah, so Steven, I don't know if you want to add on anything else, but just talk about like how excited you are for the USA.
I can't rely. I really haven't kept up with the World Cup that much.
Well, we gotta get this. We gotta get this man educated.
In case y'all don't know about me, I do have soccer knowledge and I do love soccer. I've just been more importantly focused on football, basketball, and baseball. But I love the game of soccer. I've always have.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Brazil.
I'll admit, I'm like one of those people that they make fun of on the internet where they kind of lock in every 4 years for the World Cup, but I do want to get into it. I want to pick an international club to root for eventually.
I'll get him into it.
I want to get into this. And World Cup has always just been a great start. But I'm excited. Let us know in the comments, who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Do we have the USA? Do we still think Spain has a chance, which we'll talk about them in a second? Do we think France is just going to dominate the competition?
Brazil.
Who do we think? Now,
and Neymar's my favorite player, by the way.
On the topic of Spain, let's talk about Cabo Verde and their 40-year-old goalkeeper blocking 7 shots against the tournament favorite. If you looked on Kalshi, we're not sponsored, by the way. We're not sponsored. If you look at Kalshi, their odds to win the tournament, they were the highest odds. I think they were at a 17% chance. And after that game, they dropped all the way down to 3rd behind the UK and France. This is generational. I think what we saw might have been one of the greatest sports upsets in history amongst all sports. I think this was generational. And I get it was just a tie. I get it was 0-0, but you have to go into this having the knowledge and the context of Cabo Verde was one of the worst teams going into this tournament. They were one of the smallest countries to ever take part in a World Cup. And they made it here with the skin of their shaft. And they come in and they have to play the tournament favorite Spain. And not only did they hold their own, but they were able to keep it at a tie. And that severely hurt Spain's chances.
Hasn't the goalie been getting like lots of followers?
Yeah, so if you look at his Instagram, he went from about 60,000 to now
He was
If
at
someone checks, I think he has over 10 million right now.
He was at like 10. He went from 60K, then he went to like 9 mil. I think the other day I actually heard it went up. He was like at 13 mil.
Jeez.
He's been actually getting very popular.
Golly. And mind you, this is a 40-year-old goalkeeper. This guy, this guy is 40 years old. Most people at 40 years old are going and working like they're like they're white collar jobs. They're going to work in 9 to 5s and they're white collar jobs, or they're like big stay at home moms, or they're stay at home dads, or they're millennials. Like they're just doing their own thing. And here you have this guy, 40 years old, representing his country in the World Cup, and the brother man blocked 7 shots against the tournament favorite. That doesn't sound real. That doesn't sound like a real sentence. I struggle to believe that was real when I figured out it happened. I wasn't able to watch the game. I wake up the next morning and I see this and I'm thinking, what the heck did we just witness? What the heck just happened? We just watched arguably one of the greatest goalie performances in World Cup history. Generational.
This wow. 40 years old. He's better than LeBron. No, I'm joking.
LeBron! Other than that, I think a quick recap of the group stage. Trey, if you want to talk for a little bit while I go ahead and get this going up.
Brazil. For Brazil, for us, we beat Haiti 3-0. I know we tied Morocco. I think we need to beat Scotland. I think Scotland's in our pool. I gotta check on that for y'all real quick.
All right, so looking at this,
we gotta play Scotland. Yes.
So looking at this Group A, it looks like Mexico is leading, and they've got 2 wins and 6 points. So they're I think they're a lock now. Canada has 1 win and 1 draw with 4 points scored. They're leading Group B. I think Group B is pretty much up for grabs. Surprisingly, Qatar might not even make it in.
Bro, they be getting bullied.
They got absolutely bullied. They might not even
bullied.
They might not even make it in at this.
We're doing it, man. I didn't check anything, but we are number 1 for Group C. We tied Morocco. We beat Haiti, like I predicted. We just need to beat Scotland on Wednesday, and we got it. I think we have a great chance. Neymar's coming back, so I'm excited. Neymar and Vinny Jr. are gonna go crazy. I think we got it.
Looking at this, we have USA is leading Group D with 2 wins, 6 points scored. They've been playing great. Germany's leading Group E they got 1 win. They've got 3 points.
Germany could put up a fight too.
Yeah, and then we have Group F. Netherlands is leading, and they've got a win and a draw. New Zealand leads Group G. Uruguay leads Group H. Norway leads Group I, with France surprisingly not being in first place. Well, actually, technically, they're tied for first. Both Norway and France have a point. They have 3 points, huh?
3 points.
Yes, 3 points and a win for both of them. Argentina, unsurprisingly, leads Group J. Colombia leads Group K. England, unsurprisingly, leading Group L with a win and 3 points. So there is your recap there. And I think other than that, I think we are. I think that's a wrap. Unless anyone else has anything else they want to say.
New York or nowhere!
New York or nowhere! Sing it with me. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. They did it, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the New York Knicks. And we're super excited to be here. Super glad to have Steven on the podcast with us. Have Steven on the podcast with us. And yeah, we're going to go have some lunch now. We're going to go hang out. And yeah, so we will, real quick though, before we end off this episode, so we have a quick update on the studio. So Trey, why don't you kind of talk to us while I go grab something?
Well, I wasn't going to update on the studio, but in case y'all have not noticed, I'm going to let y'all know, I have started my own sports content channel by myself called TR Sports Network. I think after this episode, I'm going to record very quickly, run through my things, and hopefully get uploaded to you guys by next week. Please show me some support. And yeah. Is there any other update about the jersey?
Yeah, let's talk about the studio.
I already did it.
Huh?
I already did. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my fault, you guys. So, we're gonna be updating the studio. Things are a work in progress. You're gonna see things behind us as we speak, wherever I'm pointing on camera. So now I'm looking on camera. We have a Shaq jersey that Avery has behind the scenes coming to the frame, and it's signed, and it's gonna be behind me, and it's in front of my big giant head. And now I'm a talking Shaquille O'Neal jersey, and I love it. But it's gonna be on the side. The side I'm on. Just know. The side I'm on. Just know.
See, I actually low-key was probably blocking the mic, so I don't even know if they heard you or not.
I had a big Shaquille O'Neal jersey on my head.
Maybe they did. But yeah, talking about it, like he's saying, there's going to be more and more stuff behind us. The studio will be updated more and more throughout the coming months. We're super excited to take this new step forward, and we're going to continue to do what we need to do, put out more short-form content, try to get more followers, eventually hopefully get monetized, and we're just going to keep doing what we need to do to grow for y'all and be the best possible podcast that we can. If anyone has editing tips for us or stuff like that, just let us know and reach out. We have an Instagram. You can DM us. Trey is in charge of that. At Take Twins Podcast Official. I don't know if we have official on there or not, but I can put the handles up on the screen and the description as well. Always be sure to check that our social media handles are in the description. You can click the links and it'll take you to our pages. And other than that, I think we're going to go ahead and sign off. Unless, Trey, you have anything else you want to say?
I am done for the day. I've let all my screams out.
New York!
New York!
Alrighty. I think that's officially it. So, go ahead and signing off. I'm your co-host, Avery Gibson.
I'm your host, Trey Riddick.
And I'm your guest, Steven.
And we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace!